All right, Jesse on Fire. I want to talk about Conor McGregor again, and I'll tell you exactly why. So I had a conversation today. Well, first of all, you have this thing over the weekend where Conor apparently put the mascot in the ER, you know, and I see a lot of people talking about it. Now, a lot of you probably know I did a short about this, about whether or not I believe that this was a real thing or not. Spoiler, I don't, but I'll tell you exactly why. But people are talking about Conor in general, just like, oh, you know, the guy, he's not coming back. Look at what he's doing. He's not coming back. I don't agree. I actually think there's a high probability that what you're looking at, which is him partying constantly, is actually an indication that he is coming back. Wait, what? Yeah, I said that. How on earth would him be partying, you know, raging all over the world be an indication that he's coming back to fight? Excellent question. I will tell you in this video exactly why. And I think it'll make sense to you when you think about it. But also, you know, let's just talk about the whole thing in general, you know. Let's just talk about all of it, because Conor is still the most interesting person in the game, and everyone speculating about this all the time demonstrates that. So that's exactly what we're going to talk about. And I think I'm going to put some of these ideas that he's not coming back to bed. I heard Triple C say that they're just going to leapfrog Michael Chandler, which makes no sense to me at all. I want to address that too if I remember. But anyway, first of all, just go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. That's the agreement that we make. Handshake it, okay? I work really hard. All I ask is that you subscribe to the channel and then, you know, watch all of my stuff. We're making a gentleman's agreement, you know, or a gentleman to gentle lady. Although you guys probably already did it because girls listen and they're nice. Boys are not. Men are not. Be nice. Be like a lady that fills your side of the bargain. I would do it for you. Subscribe. We're good. All right. So let's just talk about this. Whatever mascot incident real quick. So the video comes out. Conor McGregor is at the Miami Heat finals game. They do some weird thing. He punches the mascot. It falls down. He punches it again, and he's spraying some random stuff all over the thing. And everyone's like, oh, okay, well, that's kind of dumb. And then it's like, well, it turns out that the mascot went to the emergency room. You're like, my goodness gracious. Conor McGregor is a savage. What is he doing? Question. Are the people who are saying that, which is a lot of people, are you actually saying that you think that Conor was fighting the mascot for real? I just want to make sure that no one actually believes that he got mad and punched the mascot unscripted. I assume everyone is smart enough to know that that was a scripted event, and the only question is whether or not he accidentally hit the guy too hard and the guy had to go to the ER. There's no question that that was scripted, right? Like, I assume everyone's smart enough to know that. So if you're not, and you think that that just randomly happened at the NBA Finals game, I am being totally genuine when I tell you there's a word for you in France, and it's retard, all right? They call it a retard. Because it's definitely scripted, 100%. All of you guys know that. So the real question is whether or not he accidentally injured the guy. And I don't believe that he did. And that is because the guy's head is not even in the mascot head. Right? It's not even in the mascot head. Like, you know, haven't you ever seen that? Like, the guy's head pops out of the thing like this, and then they put this gigantic head. Conor didn't even punch his face. He didn't even punch the guy's head. The only plausible way where the guy could have gotten hurt is when he fell. Maybe he hit the back of his head. But, dude, I've been slammed the back of my head onto a basketball court way harder than that without the padding of a head. Okay? I'm not like the toughest guy in the world. And like, there was no chance I was going to the ER. What's the guy's injury? Why do you need to go to the ER? What was the damage he needed to go to the emergency room for? Give me a break. Now, why would they have done that? Excellent question. Why would they have said he went to the ER if he didn't? Excellent question. Well, the spray that he's doing is a new product that he's selling, right? So the Miami Heat gets the benefit of Conor McGregor's here. Look at how amazing this is. And Conor McGregor gets the benefit of I'm selling this product and I want as many people to know about it as possible. Now, Conor McGregor joins the halftime show at the Miami Heat game. Cool. Is that a headline that anyone's going to care about? No. So is it going to go viral? No. Conor McGregor injures the mascot in a scripted event that went wrong. Is that going to get a lot of headlines? Yes, it is. Yes, and that would go viral like it did. These people that put this stuff together are surgical geniuses when it comes to this stuff. You give them a subject like Conor McGregor, and they have endless ways to make anything that he does go viral. Okay. And this was one of them. Just like, oh, Drake bet $2 billion on the Izzy fight. Oh, did he? Yes, he did. I saw him make the bet. Did you? What else did you see? Well, on the top left corner, it said stake. He's betting on stake betting. You're all, oh. So you saw him on the stake website put down a $2 million bet. Exactly. So you don't think there's a chance that Stake put $2 million into his account, to make it look like he bet $2 million when it's just numbers on a screen and there's absolutely no way he bet $2 million of his own dollars and it's obviously just an ad for Stake? You morons. Obviously it's a publicity stunt. Like, come on. Jesus. So yeah, publicity stunt. Really good one though. So anyway, let's talk about the rest of this, which is Conor McGregor seeming to be like jet setting all over the world, partying his gutsies off. He's dancing. He was at the, I can't remember what it was. It was maybe like a Louis Vuitton opening or like, it was something, I don't know, some kind of designer where they were nothing but very, very wealthy people. He was partying with Odell Beckham Jr. I don't know what your opinion of Odell Beckham Jr. is. I could tell you that he was right next to us at 287. He is way different than I expected. Way different. He's like the nicest dude in the world. He's like, his energy is like, he's super cool. Like however you would have expected him to be some super cocky prick, that's not how he is at all. He's like a joke around guy. He's like hugging all of his friends and like smiling at everybody. He's like a really like open, genuinely good dude. I just want to throw that out there. Also, though, Conor partying all over the place to the untrained eye certainly does not make you very bullish on him coming back to fight, right? I mean, you know what I mean? It's like, is Conor really going to come back? I don't know, man. Look at him. He's partying. And he looks like he's like partying. It's like, that's true. That's a very good point. Doesn't look good for him to come back. Or maybe it looks like that's exactly what he's getting set up to do. How, dude? What are you talking about? Listen, Conor cannot be two things at once. He is two things at once, but he can't be two things at once. A, he is a professional UFC fighter trying to fight the best guys in the world. B, he is an international celebrity debutante who has endless money. Well, I don't know about endless, but lots and lots and lots of money, and he likes going out in public. And he likes partying. He's like a socialite almost. He goes to all the best shows. He gets invited to all the best stuff. He goes and parties with the most important people. Girls all line up. They're all, Conor, I know you're with D, and I know you have all these friends and people around, but I would love if you would meet me somewhere private while we're here so that I can swallow little baby Conors. Hopefully as many as possible. I'm really, really thirsty. Do you think that we can make that happen? He's like, yeah, I think we can. I think we can, little girl. Don't ever film me with your cell phone afterwards, though. No sleeping over. I don't want people filming me while I'm asleep. So it's very hard to be a professional fighter and doing all that stuff at the same time. As a matter of fact, you can't do it. You can't. You can't be partying like that and win at the same time. But if the rumors are true that he is fighting at the end of the year in December, December 14th or whatever that is, and that's booked, and he knows it, Chandler knows it, UFC knows it, but they haven't just, they've decided not to announce it yet for whatever reason. Then right now in June, when that's 6 months away, okay, and he knows that he's going to go into some probably, I don't know, a 3-month camp or whatever he's going to do where he's going to be absolutely balls deep in training, not drinking, not doing any of that. Absolutely balls to the wall, dead sober, no drinks, no nothing, training, going into that fight. Then what's he going to do the couple months going into that training? You know what I mean? Seriously. He's going to go live that other life. He's going to live the other life. Okay. Now, people judging him, it's like, oh, I think Conor's been doing blow. Oh my God, he's doing blow. It's like, shut up, man. Who cares? It's obviously work. Like whatever he's doing seems to be working. You know what I mean? Why would he not? He's out partying with these guys, staying up all night. He's having a blast. Like, do whatever the hell he wants. He's got it like that. He can do whatever he wants. Now, I say that only with the caveat that when it's time for him to train for the fight with Michael Chandler that he already committed to, that he pulls it together and he puts on a good showing, which I'm sure that he will. Doesn't mean he's going to win. He's coming off of a very serious injury. But I think the more I've looked at it, more I thought about it, that what we're looking at is him partying balls before he goes dick deep into camp. I think that is what he's doing because you know what? That's what I would do. If I was Conor McGregor, that's exactly what I would do. I would go enjoy my celebrity. I would go enjoy my money. I would do that for a couple months. It would be very exciting. And the whole time I'd be like, well, anything I do right now, I can justify because I know that in a couple months, I'm just going to shut all of this down. You know, sometimes like if you're partying like that and you're just like a regular person, or even if you're like a celebrity, you wake up, you're like, my God, I'm just such a pathetic, sniveling drug addict. I'm terrible. Oh, I need to get my life together. See, you don't have to do that if you're Conor, because he's like, no, I'm not that. I'm just doing this, and then I'm going to just shut it all down, and I'm going to go get my life together. I'm going to go beat Michael Chandler. I'm going to go win a world title. Oh, yeah, and then let's talk about real quick, let's talk about the Henry Cejudo, that the lack of success in the Ultimate Fighter, metrics, like watch metrics, viewership. The fact that they're down is going to have them just leapfrog Chandler and have Conor McGregor immediately come back for like a title shot or something like that. I have no idea why he's saying that. That's not going to happen, dude. I don't know why he's saying that. I have no idea why he's saying that. The UFC is not just going to willy-nilly throw Conor into a title fight because they can't. They can't do that. You know, you can't just throw. I can't say that they can't, but they won't. The sanctity of the title is very important to what the UFC does. It's critical. They can't make it look like the title is something they can just give someone a title shot just because they're famous with no other considerations. Like Conor's lost 3 out of his last 4, and that's happened in the last 5 years. You know what I mean? I love Conor, dude. I love Conor. But just, bottom line, he knows this, dude. Like, he had a bad outcome in his last one. He broke his leg. Sucks, dude. Like, really bad outcome. But he still took an L. And the one before that, he lost. So, I mean, they cannot do that. Who are they going to have him fight? They're just going to throw him into an Islam fight? Throw him in. I mean, maybe they could throw him into a fight against Leon Edwards. They could say, look, Conor McGregor is 2-0 in his last fight at welterweight. That's the only way that this happens. The only possible way that this happens is if it happened at welterweight, because they could say, well, he beat Nate Diaz and then he beat Cowboy Cerrone. All of his losses have been at a different weight class. He's 2-0 in his last 2 welterweight fights. Now, obviously, anyone with a brain would say, but he was fighting, lightweight fighters in those fights that just happen to be at 170. But nonetheless, I think it's fair to say that the only possible way that they could support making that decision would be in the event that they made that argument. It's not impossible. I would say it's very, very unlikely, though. Extremely unlikely. So, I just wanted to make sure that I put that out there. I also wanted to say that I support Conor McGregor partying if he wants to, as long as he's having a good time and he plans on coming back to fight, because I want to see him fight. I want to see him fight, dude. I want to see him fight, dude. So anyway, that's what I think he's doing. I love you guys. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. I'm going to go live right now and hopefully entertain you guys talking about Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, Francis Ngannou, and John Jones. Love you guys. Peace.